Hey, folks, if you're thinking about relocating into Ridgefield or anywhere in Fairfield County, one of the toughest questions you're going to face is simple, but it's critical. And that question is, should I rent first or buy first? So, this is one of the most searched relocation questions online, and for good reason. Getting it wrong can cost you flexibility, money, and peace of mind. There isn't one universal answer, but there is a strategic way to make the right one for you. So let's start with renting. Renting first can be a great option. It buys you time, it gives you local intelligence, and it takes off the pressure. When you rent, you get to learn about the neighborhood, its rhythms, the morning traffic, school logistics, the weekend energy. Let's say if you're moving to Richfield, what's it like in the winter versus the summer, the spring versus the fall? Experience where locals shop, where they eat, where they unwind versus what looks great in a listing. Renting reduces the risk of picking the wrong location because the house may not be on the market yet. Here's the trade off: you're helping build someone else's equity, and you're likely going to have to move twice and pay for that move twice. In Fairfield County's tight rental market, also, our rent can sometimes match a mortgage. So, renting first only makes sense when flexibility and learning outweigh short term costs. Buying right away makes sense when you've already done your deep local research. You know where you want to be. You know your long term plan, at least 3 to 5 years, and the math supports that stability. When interest rates, and property taxes and market timing line up, buying can lock in your lifestyle and eliminate that hassle of moving twice. But, and it's a big but, buying without that awareness can trigger what we call micro regret. And it's not regret about the home itself, but it's regret about where it is. Any commute friction, noise levels, or neighborhood mismatch. Those small frictions compound over time and they quietly drain your enjoyment and your savings. So here's three core decision questions I want you to ask yourself. How certain are you about staying long term? If your work or lifestyle clarity isn't solid yet, renting may be your bridge. Two, how well do you know the area? Visiting once isn't living there. You need to experience weekday traffic, school hours, seasonal changes, the details that shape everyday life. Third question: what's that financial spread? What's that delta? Compare your total monthly rent with the total monthly ownership cost. Factor in your taxes, insurance, maintenance, HOA if it's part of it. If the difference is small and you plan to stay, buying might make better sense and build equity faster. But if your homeowner budget shifts, the margin may not be healthy. So here's a pro tip: before deciding, run a 12-month total cost comparison. Ask your lender or financial advisor to help you put that together. Do it side by side. Factor in your rent, inflation, dues, taxes, your commute costs. This simulation often surprises buyers because in some Connecticut towns, the monthly difference between renting and owning might surprise you. It might be higher, it might be lower. But by doing this exercise and by seeing both scenarios in black and white on paper, it prevents emotional decisions under pressure. There's also a psychological truth to this conversation. Some people relocate because they crave stability immediately. They want roots, they want that predictability, they want that community. Others move because they want freedom, they want exploration. Your personality should guide your plan. If uncertainty creates anxiety, buying might calm you. If long term commitment feels stressful, on the other hand, renting might free you. It might be the option. Financial comfort only works when emotional readiness matches it. Here's another layer to factor in: market velocity. In fast moving markets like we find ourselves here in Fairfield County, prices can and often shift quickly. Waiting too long can mean losing buying power, especially if rates climb or prices go up. That's why national rent versus buy advice often fails because real estate is local. Our Connecticut market plays by its own rhythm. A lot of the national headlines out there are not necessarily speaking to New England and our Connecticut markets. So here's a quick framework. Rent first if you need flexibility, your job or timeline isn't fixed, or you're still exploring the town vibe, the schools, the commute realities. Buy if you're confident, long term, financially stable, and you're already familiar with the area you're renting. Remember, relocation isn't just a housing decision, it's a timing decision. And timing has the biggest impact on long term success. Relocation done right isn't rushed, it's intentional. And whether you rent or buy first, it depends on clarity, not fear. The biggest mistake we see is people choosing out of FOMO, fear of missing out, fear of rising rates, fear of wasting rent, fear of waiting too long. But fear is not a strategy, clarity is. So if you're planning a move to Ridgefield or anywhere in Fairfield County, don't just choose quickly. I want you to choose correctly. In our next episode, we're going to teach you how to research a new area the right way so that you can reduce that risk before ever signing a lease or a contract. Folks, comment Move Connecticut below, and I'll send you my Fairfield County relocation planning checklist. It's going to help you map out your ideal timeline. And if this series is helping you think about relocating, hit subscribe down below. Every week, we take the guesswork out of Connecticut relocation. And I want you to remember, relocation isn't about rushing. It's about structuring your next chapter on purpose. Folks, my name is Tim Dent, and we here at our team want to help you navigate all these decisions with comfort and clarity. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless.